Hi guys, it's Pagey Gaming back with episode 3 of the West Ham career mode. And as you can see, we're at the Chelsea game. Hasn't been too good up until this point. As you can see, we've won quite a few, but as you can see, they're all in the cup. We have yet to win in the Premier League. We currently sit in 19th with 2 points. We've got a 0-0 draw against Palace and a 0-0 draw against Bournemouth. But when we do score, we lose. We lost 4-3 to Stoke and we lost 2-1 to Burnley since we last were here when we played Man City. We went 2-0 down to Burnley and then got a late equaliser or a late consolation. But with the Stoke game, we went 2-1 up and then we went 4-2 down and then we got another late consolation goal. So not really any point at the moment. If we have a look at transfers, as you can see, we've got 0 transfer budget remaining, but 80 grand in the wage budget. I haven't yet signed Caceres on a free transfer, but I have sold Arbeloa for nothing, so we could get him out because he was on 50 grand a week, as we found out last time. But we are still paying 7, so we got 43. But we have bought 4 players in. We spent 9 million on Courtney Horse to play centre back. We spent 11 million, rising to 11.75 million, on Jorrit Hendricks, who plays the register role at defensive midfield. We spent 8.5, rising to 9.5, on Davide Zappacosta from Torino, who plays the wing-back role, as you'll find out in a minute. And Joe Gomez, we spent 7 million, rising to 7.75 million, as another backup centre-half, as I didn't think we had enough centre-halves to play the formation we want to play. So I'll show you the formation we're using now. There is a little slight change that I do sometimes, but we are playing a 2-3-2-2-1 as such. But sometimes Jorrit Hendricks can drop in there and we play 3-4-3 as such. So as you can see, I need the 2 wing backs. Where is Sam Byram? Sam Byram can play wing back, but isn't the best player in there, which is why I brought in the Zappacosta. Reece Oxford normally plays at centre half, but as Reed come back, I now dropped him out and put Reed in. Pyatt's gonna come back into the team. I dropped him out because Antonio comes to me complaining that he didn't get enough games. And up front, the Afrasacco's now back, so I'll stick the Afrasacco up for this game, I think. Target man, advance forward, I think we'll play with. So the team we're going to line up with is Kepa. I think I might put Oxford in this time instead of Bonner. So Oxford and Reed at the back, Zappacosta, Hendricks and Masuaku, Noble and Nordtveit, Payet and Lanzini, and Saka up front. So we'll get into this game with. Actually, no, do I want to play Reed? I thought I was playing. No, actually, I think I'll put Bonner back in. I thought I was playing Europa League, but we're not. We're playing Chelsea, so I don't really want to be chucking the young lad in. In that game there, I'll probably play Oxford, but not against Chelsea. I'm not playing Oxford because when you're coming up against one of the best teams in the league, that's the last thing you want to do is start putting youngsters in at centre half, especially when you're only playing 2 centre halves anyway. Might even drop out or put Hendricks into centre back this time, so I don't play that defensive midfield role. But I will be looking at trying to sign Martin Caceres when he's closer to the end of his injury. I don't want to sign him now because I want to try and leave it as late as possible to stop, or so we don't pay him a wage that we don't need to, and to see if his actual wage will go down as such. See if we get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. See what he says. What's he saying about that when it comes through next time round? That's how we're going to line up for this game. I'll drop Hendricks in there. Play ball playing cover. think that's how I'm going to line up. I'm going to play him as a centre back, not a centre defensive midfielder. As you can see, we're 19th with 2 points, whereas Chelsea are 3rd with 12 points. So where we want to be is probably around Liverpool to Burnley, so 9th to 11th really. So we're currently 5 points off the pace, and we've currently got a couple of hard games coming up. I looked at the games we played already. The first game we played against Man City, and then we played Burnley, Bournemouth, Stoke and Crystal Palace. So 4 games there that we got 2 points out of. If you would have lined them 4 games up in front of me, I'd have probably said 7 points. Definitely beat Bournemouth, definitely beat Burnley, and then get a point at least against Crystal Palace and Stoke. But instead we only got 2 points against the teams that we should have won against, or 1 point we should have won against and 1 point that we didn't think we'd win. So we're kind of running behind already, and that's the worst thing you can do at the start of the season, is fall behind at an early stage, especially by how many points we are falling behind pretty quickly. But at the start of this game, we're currently having the most of the ball at the moment. That normally, Sacco 1-0. Done well there, putting Sacco in. I think it's just because they're not used to coming up against a formation like this, which is probably why we've had so much of the ball to start with. David Luiz with a long throw. Bonner heads it out. Please don't go 1-0 already. 6th minute of Hazard, Costa. 1-0. 2 minutes we was up. 1-0. Now it's 1-0. David Luiz with the ball. Kante to Willian. They're on the attack again. Worst thing we can do is let another goal in 2 minutes later. Costa into Fabregas. Fabregas over the top to Hazard. Reed intercepts it. Don't lose the ball. Don't lose the ball there. Hazard to Fabregas. Fabregas to Kane. You can see what Fabregas is going to be sitting there doing. He's just going to be knocking the ball around the field most of the game. Lanzini into Sacco. Just keep the ball down. At the moment, it's just standing in the air. Go on, North 8. And you've lost it again. You're meant to be winning the ball for us, not losing it. 2-1. So within 4 minutes of going 1-0 up, we're 2-1 down. 2 shots on target, 2 goals from Chelsea. So I think I might have to have a look at my tactic for big games, because the first game we lost 5-0 and we're currently losing 2-1 after going ahead in the 5th minute. Still having most of the ball though, which is quite annoying that we've managed to let them have 2 goals like that. Fabregas whips the ball to Hazard. North 8, knock it forward. Keep the ball, Sacco, don't lose it. Inside, 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 inside. Why would you shoot from there? When we've got retained possession and short passing and he's shooting from 40 yards out, not really what the tactic we're looking for at the moment. Sacco done well getting a goal early on, but we have had 60% of the ball at the moment, which isn't bad compared to Chelsea's 42. But I agree with the assistant there. Aggressive. Let's see what he says. Cautious. I'd probably want aggressive and they'd have probably turned against me. As you can see there, it is a flat back 5 when we don't have the ball, which is what I was trying to get, which is why I put the wing backs on support instead of attack. If I put them on attack, they'll be forward even when we had the ball. When we haven't got the ball, they sit back, and it is a back 5 normally. Still having most of the ball, but we're just not doing anything with it. It's going to be a sub coming up soon. Stick Zaza up front, bring Lanzini off as well. Zaza, Antonio left, swapping with Payet. Payet will play that role. Antonio will play winger support, and Zaza centre or complete forward support. Fabregas is still injured. I don't see why we haven't had someone on him. Demand more, I think. Don't know if I should change anything. Ball into box, exploit flanks. Go a bit more direct. Pedro, the ball on the edge of the box. Fabregas, come on, if we get that, we can attack. Still managed to just play it round us. Oh, Bonner wins the ball at the end of the highlight. They've started coming back a bit more now. The ball, Chelsea. Go attacking. One thing I never understand with this game, you go attacking and the next thing you know, the other team has most of the ball. Or the possession is mostly in their favour. So there's not really much point I don't normally see in putting attack in, but come on. So from 1-0 up, seems like we're going to take a 2-1 loss. The most annoying thing is we've dominated that game, most of the game, just 2 lapses in concentration just after we went 1-0 up. Within 4 minutes, we were 2-1 down. If that didn't happen, I reckon we could have won that game easily. So from 6 games, we're now 2 points. No doubt we'll have the board on our back soon. What's the next game up? Europa League. So I'll pause it here. I'll come back to the Europa League game. And I'll do a couple changes, I think, as it's quite close to the next game against Middlesbrough. So thanks for watching the first part, and I'll see you in a minute for the second part of the video. Right guys, we're back, and today we are playing Alexandria in the Europa League, which I believe is our second game in the Europa League. Yeah, in the first game of the series, of the group stage, we beat Braga, which leaves us second because Vigo won 2-0. I believe we only won 2-1. So we're currently second in the table. I think we're going to start with the same team. Reed, wrong place. Pop Hendricks further forward again. The register role like he does. Reed, Bonner, Costa, Hendricks, Masuaku, Nordve, Noble, Payet, Lanzini, and Sacco. I'll leave him like that, and I'll bring East Oxford in for a game instead of Reed. One ball playing defender defend. Also bring in Fernandez and play him advanced playmaker support. So let's get into this game. We've got to try and use these Europa League games to build up morale. We keep losing in the Premier League, and if we didn't play these games, I could see us going worse and worse throughout the season because we wouldn't have nothing to build morale for the team. As we use these games, we should be able to win most of them up until Christmas. So it should keep boosting the morale a little bit every time. Hopefully we'll finally get a league win. But I can't see it. Actually, I think we've got Middlesbrough next. So hopefully that will be the game that we get our first win in the Premier League. It kicks off here with going from left to right in the white and light blue. Early signs that they're going to have a bit of the ball to start with. Oxford comes in with good tackle. Fernandez, Zappacosta. Payet keeps dropping a bit too deep, but you can see what Zappacosta's trying to do. Get up alongside him to go up on the overlap most of the time. Hendricks, oh, that was close. Good save by the keeper, knocked it literally just past the post. Payet whips the ball in. Nothing. Noble. Back out to Hendricks. End of that clip. Zappacosta into Oxford. I want to try and improve Oxford as much as possible because I want him to be our first team centre half in probably 2 seasons alongside Reece Burke. So not this season, not next season, the 3rd season. I want him to be our first choice alongside Reece Burke in that 3rd season with Josh Pask as a backup. Noble with a strike, not a bad strike. The Afrasaka offside. But I want to try and have, if I play 2 at the back and I'll have Oxford and Burke. Good goal by Payet there. I'll see if I was going to see if I can get it up on direct highlights. The only problem I have is it takes so long to load the highlights. It will just be just like a massive pause in the game. So I won't be doing them. I want to try and have them 2 as the main 2 with him as backup. And also Martin Samuelson, I want to try and get him in. And Josh Cullen. So I want 5 of the starting 11. So that means 6 of them won't be homegrown through West Ham from the start of the game. That is what I want. Might not happen, but I hope it does. I want to try and Lanzini, he'll probably stay here for most of the series now. Hendricks the same. Kepa definitely should stay here most of the time. Who else is there? Zappacosta, he should be here for a few years. Masuaku the same. Who else? Sacco, not sure about him. Howes, Byron, Zaza I want to try and keep. Reed I want to try and keep for as long as possible. He's already come to me and said if we don't get Champions League football, I want to be off because Atletico Madrid were chasing him. But if I sell him, that just means I'll bring in Oxford or Reece Burke. So there is benefits to losing these big players, but you'd probably rather keep them than have to replace them. Pay it to Masuaku to Lanzini. Oh, Lanzini for post. He always hits the post, Lanzini. I think he's the only player that I've seen hit the post in this series. Lanzini with the corner. Terrible corner. Good job he shouldn't be taking them as often. Pay it when he takes them. Mark Noble gives away a foul. Please just a yellow. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? Yellow card. Playing quite deep actually. 2 defensive midfielders, 1 centre mid. Saying that, I think. Oh no, because we're playing wing backs. So we're playing the same, but we're not. Payet to Oxford. Hendricks outside to Payet again. Oxford, good ball. Payet cross it in. Sacco. Don't know if that's going to be his goal, is it? Was his goal? The thing with FM, I don't think that would be his goal because it looked like it was coming out here to go wide. But they've given it to Sacco. We've got a free kick on the edge of our box. Gross with the ball on the edge of the box. Close him down, Sacco. Close him down. Masuaku gives away a foul. What kind of tackle was it? 2-footed lunge. What was the point in the 2-footed lunge there? Right. Left back, left back, left back. Play like that, actually. How's playing a full-back attack this time. Zappacosta playing a full-back attack. So I've dropped them back slightly. On attack on support as we're 2-0 up. They will go up when we need to, but they will stay back when we obviously need them to as well. Who's going to come off? Who's looking a bit knackered? Lanzini's looking a bit tired. That will give Antonio the time as well, so he's getting a bit more game time now. Sacco could stay on for another 5-10 minutes, and then I'll bring him off for Zaza. Grushchuk, free kick. Good save by Kepa, really. Don't think it was ever really troubling him. Zaza can come on for the Afrasaka now. Complete forward attack as well. think it's Courtney Howe's debut for West Ham as well. Passionate and courage. So he's made his debut because Arthur Masuaku got himself sent off. Who have I got? I don't think I've got another left back either, other than Howes at the moment anyway, because Cresswell's out injured for another 3 months, I think. So when he comes back, Cresswell, I think Cresswell will be our starting left back, whatever we play at that point. And the only reason he's not playing now, obviously, is because he's out injured for 3 months. But I'm sure he will be our first choice because he's a class above the other two. I think Zappacosta is now going to have that right wing back role. Sam Borum will be his backup in case he gets injured or whatever. Well done, Kepa. Another 2-0, another 2 goals in the Europa League. A bit better this time, we haven't conceded, but I don't think they're a very good team anyway. In the lack of these things happen in football. He's just a bit of a div. No need to dive in like he did. 2-footed challenge and a tackle like that. Crowd was interesting signing. I'm open discussions. You can have them for 60 mil. Stand over 310k. Issue a warning. Don't appeal. There's no point in ever appealing these because it's very, very, very rare they make a wrong decision. But my assistant, I believe, isn't he? Yeah. Assistant manager advised you that Masuaku was dismissed for a bad tackle and the referee's decision was probably justified. That's all it ever has been, really. I don't think I've ever seen one that hasn't been that. How are we looking now? Top on. It's interesting. Pay it. Man U and Real Madrid. I think the only reason the only amount I'd probably let him go for is about 45 million. But saying that, he's done a 6.64 this season. I'm sure I'd be able to find someone better because he will be playing on the right most of the season because Lanzini will be playing on the left. So if you put right midfield with the age of 24, I reckon. A few players there that Suso would probably be able to do. Leon Bailey, Bongonda, Santi Mina. I obviously want the striker from Malaga. I can't remember what his name is. Sandro. So if we sell him, I'm more than happy to probably sell him for about 30, 35 instead of 40, 45. Willing to discuss it. Oh, Bailey, Peacock, Ferrell. Add you to the shortlist. Byron. What are we talking now? Moves per game. Yeah, I'll pause the video here, skip forward to the Middlesbrough game because there's no point in watching in between. And we'll do the Middlesbrough game for this episode, and this will just be an extra long episode with 3 games in it. So thanks for watching the second part, and I'll see you in a minute for the Middlesbrough game. Hi guys, I'm back with the Middlesbrough game, and as you can see, we're currently 19th, 1 place above Middlesbrough, 1 point above Middlesbrough, and even if we win, we stay 19th, because we can't go above Leicester, who are on 6 points. But by winning this, it keeps us in touch with everyone above us. It's got to be a win. If it's not a win, we're going to struggle the next couple of weeks. If we lose, we're going to be bottom. Take the team talk. I'll give the last. That's right. Why is he in search mode? Some of these. Start match. I've dropped Oxford out for Reed, and that's the only change. Oh no, I've made Zaza come in for Sacco as well. And the only 2 changes that I've made. So I'm hoping that the team that's done it in the Europa League can do it for us in the Premier League. Having most of the ball at the moment, just no shots. 1 shot each. Currently 68 to 67% possession. We are getting a bit more every. Gredo. Zaza picks it up. Loose ball. Loses out to Ayala. Ben Gibson knocks it forward. Can't just head it into nowhere. You've got to head it to someone. Clayton knocks it forward like that. 1-0 Middlesbrough. Brilliant. 20th in the league on 2 points. How the hell have we managed that? Fernandez into Reed. Zappacosta. Fernandez. Zaza. I should have changed Fernandez back. I didn't want to be that attacking, did I? Bonner, come on. Hendricks. To Masuaku. So I ball, keep it. Fernandez. So I put an attacking midfielder in there, and he loses the ball at the first opportunity he gets. Brilliant. Well done, mate. Fisher, forward to Negredo. Got to be offside, isn't it? How is that not offside? 2-0. Looks like we're losing the job before Christmas. I don't know what I'm going to do here, really. We still only had 1 shot. Zappacosta into Reed. Zappacosta, cross it in. Just cross it. Don't just piss around with it. Hendricks, what a goal, Hendricks. Come on. Probably the sign of the season at the moment, Hendricks. Get another one for half time. Come on. Payet is having another crap game. Come on, Fernandez. That's it. Go on. Reed, keep the ball. Don't just hoof it. Kepa hoofs it. Lanzini picks it up to Fernandez. To Zaza. Come on, Zaza. Do something. No ball. Knock it out to Lanzini. Lanzini, come on. Come on. Bonner back to Reed. Noble. Reed. Get it forward, Reed. Hendricks and Noble. One more, Lanzini. One more. Lanzini. Don't just shoot all the time. He's got to win that with Bonner. Lisa reacted well. 63% possession. We're losing 2-1. Hendricks. Actually, tell you what. Stuff this. I can't have us losing again. Hubbard, Norfelt. Fernandez. Ball in support. Go. Pitch. Put him in midfield. Ball in. 4 of you are crowded round Negredo. And none of you have won the ball when it's come towards you. 4 short. Too risky. They still have most of the shots and they've like 40% possession. And they've had more shots than us. Getting more and more of the ball though. Just got to do something with it. There's no point having it and not doing anything. A couple more shots. Pay it into Reed. Knock it back out. Pay it. Whip it in. Pay it. Zaza. Hendricks. Oh. North out offside. The post. Who do I bring off? Zaza looks like he'll come off. He's having another crap game. That's why I keep dropping him out. Sacco can come in. Play who is a target man attack. These two in further. Attack. Push higher up. Fairly wide. Not much more I can do. Aggressive. Demand more. Gaston Ramirez with the cross. Ayala. Oh, Kepa. What a save. Thought it was going to be another goal then. 20 minutes left and we're still 2-1 down to Middlesbrough. Come on. Not really anyone else I can do. Anyone off the bench ain't going to really make any difference to players I've currently got out there. The only attacking option I've got is Mikel Antonio. And he's not really going to do more than Lanzini and Pyatt, in my opinion. Masuaku, cross it. Cross it! Ah, oh, come on. It's meant to be a fullback. Just cross it. Push forward. You know, I want to be aggressive. Push forward. Hendricks, the star man again. Overload. Might be a mistake that. Attacking. Stay attacking. Go route 1. Probably too late. Come on, go. Kick it. Kick it. 2 minutes left. I don't even get another highlight either. Masuaku to Sacco. Pyatt. Brilliant. We've just lost against the bottom team, Middlesbrough, who only picked up 1 point from the first 6. I don't know what to do. Right. Very disappointing. So where we wanted to finish, 9th to 11th. We're now 8 points off there, 7 games in. No doubt I'll have the board on my back soon. I don't care what anyone wants to know. Board. Currently stable still. It's the same. They're going to be exactly the same. Right, I think I'm going to end that for now. Next game's Everton, so we've got to change something up because they're mid-table, so they're not doing brilliant. But I'll be back for the Everton game in probably tomorrow, and I will have a different formation to use. Hopefully, if it might have a couple of slight changes, but it will definitely be a different formation. So thanks for watching episode 3. Is it episode 3 or is it episode 4? And I'll see you tomorrow for episode 5.